Hi there, Andrew. This is Daniel again, and I'm going to be doing the second tutorial for you on transferring some of your blog posts from your Blogger blog and and moving them to your new Struggling Mystic WordPress blog. So the best way to do it is not some fancy plugin that's going to pull the content and the images. The best way to do it, to ensure that everything's styled correctly, is just to do it the old-fashioned manual way. So I'm literally going to grab the title of the post, copy it, and I'm going to go over to my dashboard, and I want to create a new post. There's an easy way to do that. You can hover here, click New Post, or you can hover over the post section and add a new post here. Either one will work just as well as the other. So here I'll put the title, which I think is great, and I'm going to copy all the text, and I'm going to actually copy all the text and images in one go. So I'll just do that, click copy, and go to my post, and I'm just going to click paste. As I showed you in the previous tutorial, when you paste things from other websites, you also paste, sometimes you also paste the formatting. In this case, I see that it didn't paste the funny formatting because I just toggled over to my text, my code toggle here, and I can see that it's only text and no weird formatting. So I'll just toggle back to visual, and what it also didn't paste is any italicized text. So I'm just going to quickly go through this post and find any italicized text. And that's the first one I can see. So I think it's, no, it did italicize the text. Perfect. Okay, what it didn't do was bring in the images. So I'll just go back to the blog post, and I'll right click on the image and click copy image. And let's just see what happens when I paste it. I'm just going to click Control V, or you can right click and click paste. Okay, so that has pasted the image right there. My question is, where is this image hosted? Is it hosted on the blog, or is it just a link to the image, to this particular image on this website? Way to test that is to go here, click on text, and yes, I can see here the link is to linking straight from your Blogspot post. I don't think that's ideal. I don't think we want anything linking back to your old blog, because if you decide to take it down, then your links will be then broken on this new website. So the best thing you can do is go back to your blog post, right click on the image, open link in a new tab, or in fact you can just right click and click save image as. You can save it to your desktop, that's fine for now, and I'll save the other ones as well. Save image as, save, right click, save image as, and again I'll just save it to my desktop. Okay, so I can basically close this page down, we don't need it anymore. And okay, I'm going to go back to the post, and remember, anytime I want to add an image, I always want to add it at the very top or the very left of the paragraph. In this particular instance, I'm actually going to create its own space because it appears right at the top of the post. So I'll just create a space for it, and then I'll click Add Media, and I want to upload a new file, and I click Select File, and there's the image saved to my desktop. I'm also going to use this image for as the featured image of the post, and I'm going to show you what that is really quickly. The title of this image, let's give it a caption and call it Palm Sunday Cross. And I don't want it linking to any file. And I want it to fill the whole space that it's in. I want it to cover the whole width of the post. So let's make it large. And okay, it's perfect. And I also want to add the other images in. So let me just go back to your old blog, so I can't see where those images are supposed to go. Okay, so this image here, I'm going to add it in to I'm going to put it on the right. I'm going to align this right. So I'll go to the left of the paragraph. This is the paragraph. So I'll just put the cursor there, add the image, upload a file, and I'll select the image. And I also want to give it, I don't need this image to have a caption, but I'll just make sure it's aligned right and not linking to any image. And full size is fine because it's quite small in this instance. And the last one I want to add is the cartoon. So I'll add that there, and I'll make sure it's centered just like you've centered it in this blog post. So I'll create its own space, and I'll just add the image, upload. And I'll give this centered, and I'll make it full size, which it's there, and remove the link. Okay, perfect. So the next thing to do on this post is to make sure that this is a pretty standard type of format of blog post. So it's going to make sure it's set to standard. The categories, as you mentioned in your email, this particular post is faith and life. I don't want it to be featured, but you can always go in here and feature it if you like. And tags, let's say Easter and Jesus and donkey. Oh, you can add whatever you like here. So I'll add those. Lastly, we want to add a featured image. So here it says the image size is recommended bigger than 800 pixels width by 800 pixels in height, which this image definitely is. So I'm going to use that image as the featured image on this post. The last thing I want to do is, if you just scroll down the page, right down past the blog post, we can choose the sidebar options. You don't have to have a sidebar on your blog post, but I recommend it because it helps the user explore more of your site after they're done reading, or if they get bored with the content on that particular post, they can just move on to a different post and I'll show you how that looks. Or if they're just very intrigued but they just don't have time to read the rest of the post, that can also go and see what else there is. Okay, and this top 10, I will explain it in the last tutorial that I create. So now if I just click publish, I could have clicked save draft and it would have saved it as draft, but I just wanted to publish it because I've filled it in as much as I can now. And then if I want to view the post, I always prefer to right click and then open link in a new tab. Therefore I can just toggle between the live post and the editable area, post area. So this is looking awesome. And all of our content's there and looking great. Okay, so if I just scroll up, one thing I didn't particularly like about this post is that this text here, it starts straight after the image. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just give it an extra line of spacing just by pressing enter there. And I'll just refresh this page. It doesn't always work, but let's hope it does in this case. Okay. And let's just say, sometimes it's helpful to make, this is quite a long post, so sometimes it's necessary to bring in some more interesting formatting. So maybe let's just say the first couple of sentences, let's just make them let's change the font family. No, so let's just change it from a paragraph to heading 3. Okay, but that changes the whole paragraph. So let's just change this to a heading 3. And update. And refresh the page. And now we've got some nicely styled opening paragraph text. Just to get people interested, and you can do that throughout the post just to break it up a bit and draw out really interesting parts of the blog, just to keep the reader's attention, keep their gaze, which is what an image does, the same thing. It just keeps the reader interested and makes them want to read more. So yeah, that's it. That's how we you take the blog post from here, this old blog, and move it to the new page, the new website. You can, and if you want it to be on a featured post, then, or if you want it to be a featured post, once again, you just have to go back to your post here and click on featured. And if you want to give users an indication of how long it will take you to read this article, you can put a read length here. Let's just say the number of minutes, so let's just say 5. And okay. If you want it to appear in this section here, then what you'll have to do to get the correctly sized thumbnail is you'll have to go to the bottom here And so I'm just waiting for this. Yeah, if you want this post to appear in this section here of your sidebar, you'll firstly here have to make it featured, and then lastly you'll have to put in the URL of this very same image. So just click on this image here and copy the URL. So just highlight all this text, copy it, and go back here and leave it there. And then you update. But for now, we're not going to do that. And that's all there is to this post here. Thanks for watching.